Okay. I think we're live.
No? Yes.
I think we are. It says we're live.
Yeah, live. Live
yes.
it.
Yes. We're lived it. We're lived it. We are lived it. Hey, guys. I think we're live. So I see Lucy says, hey. Hi, Lucy.
Hi.
How's Canada? So it changed. Good day, guy. I'm reading it with a funky Australian accent. So, true story. Hey, guys, we are live.
We are live.
So, this is China says, oh, wait, hey, looking lively. I clicked on a button there. So, Jerry says, hello, everyone. I can't do Jerry's accent. He's got a funky South African accent. I can't do it.
Hello, everyone.
Can you do a South African? What was that?
African have a lot of different stuff.
No, what was that? What was that accent?
I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Sound like Dudley Do-Right. I'm not sure. Yes. So, yes. Washington State's great. Oh, you're in Washington. I thought she was in Canada.
He has a bad memory, you know.
Yes. Or maybe Canada absorbed Washington State. Is that possible?
Maybe
it is.
Washington State invade Canada.
It's entirely possible. Yep. Yeah. So, guys, we got a fun show for you tonight. Today we're going to be tackling a really kind of spooky topic. What are we talking about today?
Discrimination.
Discrimination. Are you discriminating against me?
Yes.
Yes. So, discrimination's everywhere. Even, my wife's discriminating against my nice new camera here, my melon camera. So, slightly bigger than a potato camera. So, she's speechless. Bye-bye, melon camera.
It's me using the cat.
Oh, did I hit you?
Yes.
Yes. Austin says, too many accents to choose from. True story. True story.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we got a fun story. We're fun show. I'm going to go ahead and bring in one of our guests right away. We're going to talk to him here. You guys may have seen from the promo, we're going to be talking to Radio the Artist and Alex Absolute. And I just want to bring them in right away. So, Radio, hey, can you hear us?
Oh.
So,
I think the voice is, we cannot hear you.
I cannot hear you. So,
I always said it when I have a conference call.
So, let's see. Can
you hear me now?
Oh, I can hear you now. Yes, you are live. You don't have to do pantomime, and I can't do sign language. I look like I'm having a seizure, actually, if I tried to do that. So, yeah. So, Radio, can we call you Johnny?
Yeah, sure. It's okay.
Yeah. So, you are in Winzhou, right?
Yes, I'm in Winzhou.
Okay. And, of course, I'm Snarky Guy. This is Bunny.
Hi.
A little later, Alex Absolute should be joining us.
Okay.
So, Alex.
Yes. So,
Alex and I have hung out many times. Although you being in Winzhou, I think you guys have hung out probably a little more than we have.
Mm-hmm.
So, but today we're going to be trying to tackle a nasty topic of discrimination.
Yes.
So, and we're also going to take some, calls along the way here. Grace says, hi.
Hey.
Hey, Grace. How you doing?
From Hong Kong?
That's a good question. Grace, where are you from?
Because her last name is something very unique.
Very unique? So you think she's from Hong Kong?
I mean, at least Cantonese.
There you go. Oh, dude, I'm loving the shirt there. You got the Dr. No shirt on. James Bond.
That is Thunderball.
Oh, is that? Oh, I was thinking it was Dr. No. Very cool. I dig it, man. That is awesome. Jerry's in the audience. Go ahead and hit that like button. Thanks, Jerry. Jerry is a cool guy. I just cannot do his accent. I wish I could. That would be awesome. I can do a lot of neat accents, and you can do
Cantonese accent.
Cantonese accent. What does a Cantonese accent sound like?
Do you like me? I'm from Hong Kong.
There you have it. That's adorable. So, guys, discrimination. Everybody knows the thing that's kicked this off recently is the whole thing that happened with George Floyd. And dude, that was just terrible. I don't want to dwell too long about that, but that seems to kick off a lot of racial tension in America and around. And it's kind of sparked a lot of discrimination. Johnny, what's your thoughts on this whole thing? What's going on in America right now?
Right now, I think what's going on is just a culmination of issues that's been happening for the last couple of years. And of course, with the current situation with the COVID-19 that hit America, I think that was like the straw that broke the camel's back. That's what Alex was saying on the last stream he did a couple of days ago. So I felt like with all that happening, I think with the unemployment happening and just the dislike of our current president with the George Floyd situation, I think that was enough. I think people would say that's totally enough.
Unfortunately, it's kind of given America kind of a little bit of a black eye, I think. I don't mean that is a pun, but did you just hit me? She just beat me. Are you allowed to beat me? I think she's allowed to beat me. So she does that. So, but I mean, for those of you who have been living under a rock, discrimination. You want to tell us what discrimination is?
Just talk about it.
You don't?
You type it.
You can't read. Okay.
I cannot read.
I'm discriminating against you for not reading. Yeah. So discrimination is race, anything against your race, color, national extraction of social origin, sex, gender, identity, sexual orientation, age, physical intelligence, mental or physical ability, pregnancy,
yes,
or a non-status, marriage status, relationship status, family, career, or religion. So let me ask, I mean, this is kind of a China-centric show. Have you ever been discriminated against in China?
In China?
In China.
In a good way, can I say that?
Yeah, we'll go on.
Okay, that's the funny thing is when we talk about discrimination, so being discriminated is something that you have less benefit or you're treated differently.
Okay.
Right? In China, because I'm from Hong Kong, what they say is we are non-PRC citizen.
Yes.
So we're Chinese, but they are non-PR citizens. So we have some policy that it is actually especially for non-PRC citizens.
Yes.
For example, the way that we get tax reductions.
Yep.
Like the way, in China, there's every Chinese PRC citizen, they can only allow to exchange like $50,000 per annual. Okay. It doesn't matter what. It's just the way that, let's say, you spend online in Amazon is still considered as an exchange. Yeah. But non-PRC are excluded.
I see.
Yeah, like when you get a salary, I think Johnny also may have heard about that. We can claim part of the expenses as a salary, so you don't have to tax that portion. Okay. It is also for non-PRC as well. So now it's almost like a reverse discrimination, isn't it? Yeah, there's a way that did right now. Some of my colleagues would say that they being discriminated instead of us. This is also another way that what I understand is, of course, it's not discrimination, but it's again, there's something like we are treated differently. But then in another way, we also suffer from it. For example, because all the banking system of this kind of complicated system in China. Okay. We cannot do Taobao of overseas stock. Okay. Yeah, you Taobao basically you can they call it overseas purchase. Although you still buy it from Taobao, but the goods the merchants are being shipped from overseas. We cannot do any transaction due to the banking restriction to non-PRC members. I see. Yeah. Okay. So we are differently, absolutely different. All right. Yeah. Well, so what, Johnny? Do you ever experience any reverse discrimination there?
What in just in mainland China or just
in mainland China? Hey, there's as we're talking, I'm going to bring Alex on in here. There he is.
Yo, how's it going?
The man, the myth, the legend, Alex.
Yeah.
So
long time no see.
Yeah, right. Since just the other day. Hey? You can see that I'm shining like I've been vanished because, didn't realize I was on. I thought we were on at 9 o'clock, so I was like, I got plenty of time for here, just relaxing.
Well, it is 9 o'clock in another time zone.
Yeah, I guess so. It's got to be 9 o'clock somewhere, right?
Yeah.
True story.
By the way, Alex, you always look varnished.
Weekends as a teacher is fantastic. It's gonna kill me.
I agree with that.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
anyway,
My audio coming in good?
your audio is coming in great. I'm worried mine might be doubling, so I'm having Bunny get some earphones while we're talking. We're talking about reverse racism, or around reverse racism, reverse discrimination. Johnny, have you ever experienced that reverse discrimination where you are elevated higher in China?
Reverse, not really. It's more like the opposite because of my skin color. It's more like, yeah, I never felt any of that ever. No, reverse, no. It's more like, why are you here? Where are you from? Kind of feeling,
How do you normally answer that when that happens?
Like when people say like they ask like where I'm from and like, are you from this particular country? And it's kind of like I laugh a lot sometimes because it's like you guys obviously don't know where I'm from, and like I just feel like some people are just not educated enough to know that people of color, they don't necessarily come from Africa. They come from all over the world, especially where I'm from, America. So like I've been here for 5 years and I can count multiple fingers of like people told me like, where are you from? Like Brazil, India, I don't know, Pakistan. I mean, it's just like I'm just like, no, I'm not from there. No, really.
Wait a minute, you're not from India?
No, I'm not. Well, I remember 3 years ago, my boss took me to a seminar. We did a seminar for primary school, and then, they always got like that auditorium that looks all the same in all the primary schools, and some of the students were like, "Are you from India?" And I'm just like, "No, I'm not from India. I'm from America." It's like, America? That's really? And I'm just like, you guys should know. You guys are more educated, right, than the older generation. They should know that, right? But obviously they just don't know. So yeah, I get a lot of that, and especially now with the current situation. Every time I get on the bus, like people would like move away. They'll sit away, like, oh, this guy on the bus. That happened today. Like today, I got on the bus and no one wore masks on the bus. And when I got on the bus, everyone started putting their mask on, and I was just like, "What?"
That's just because I think you smell, Johnny.
Yeah.
Hey, Simon.
Maybe
Simon says, "Yo, what's up? Hey, Simon, how you doing, buddy?"
Is he working on his video?
Yeah. Simon's just
Speaking of which,
I haven't even shot.
Jerry claims we are discriminating against him because of his accent. So
what accent? Jerry's got a great accent.
Jerry has an accent. I would love that. Mine is like vanilla. It's like Nebraska, long, flat, and goes on forever. So he's got a wonderful one.
People have started saying I sound American, which to a British person is I was like, it's not on. Gloves are off.
Looks like Alex Reporter Fi's in the audience here. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, hey. How's it going?
Yeah.
Awesome. So, all right. So Simon says he's working on our concept radio. So radio and Simon have got something in the oven.
Yeah, me and Simon we're working on something. Yeah. What?
Well, I just made it sound like radio is pregnant there. Or Simon. Hey, we're not discriminating.
Simon.
It's new to me.
We're not discriminating.
This funny thing, right? Simon is from South Africa.
Simon is from South Africa.
But his skin color is not black.
That's true.
But Johnny is from America.
Yeah.
Now, that is one thing. If Johnny and actually Simon stand together, guess what? You know what is the funny thing, right?
So
they
wonder which one is the alpha in the relationship.
No, they would definitely say that like Johnny is from Africa, but the other Simon may be from America. There is a switch of nationality.
Yes, I know a lot of folks from South Africa. They kind of have experiences. They say, "Well, I'm from Africa." They're like, "You're not black," or whatever else.
Africa has even South Africa has a lot of different like.
But it's so funny. It's so interesting though because my fiance, she's from Thailand, and this is a funny thing. When I go to Thailand, Thai people think I'm one of them. I don't know why.
That's
so weird.
awesome.
That's so weird. Like at this point, I don't know what nationality I am. I don't know.
Oh, my brother has this kind of experience as well.
Simon says he gets that reaction a lot. What happened to your brother?
Well, my brother, like a few years ago, he gets suntan. Is it suntan, right? Like dark in color. Dark in color. And then people think, "Are you from Thai?" And like a couple of weeks ago, like
there you go.
Someone down my complex asked me if I'm from South Korea. I don't know which part of my.
Well, actually, was it today we went out? Or no, today, and the lady was asking you for Chinese.
Oh yeah, I think that is normal. Everyone asks me if I'm a Chinese. Like, which part I'm not a Chinese?
So Alex, do you ever? I mean, we're talking about being discriminated against. Do you ever find that you get discriminated against in China?
Not really. It's like, you mean like reverse discrimination, like Johnny was just talking. You asked Johnny about, or actual discrimination? I get treated pretty well. Like. The majority of the time, people are falling over themselves to like it's kind of a.
What's going on here? They just disappeared. Hey guys. Hey, hello everybody. What's going on? welcome to the show. I'm your host, Johnny Collins. I have taken over. I've taken over the channel.
he's running on out, and somehow we lost Alex in all of this. So Alex, if you want to come back in, I don't know what I did to you. I was trying to click on a comment, and there you go. Oh, there we go. CCP banned Alex. Alex is somewhere now in the back of a truck saying, "What happened? Where am I?" So. Whoops. Yeah, I've got a very sensitive mouse, and so I just there we go. Simon's like, "It's the Johnny Show."
Hey, it's the Johnny Welcome to the show. I'm your host.
Welcome to the show. I am taking over. I'm not giving it back. Nice. So while we wait for Alex to find his way out of a truck, although speaking of discrimination, true story. My grandpa, my dad moved him over to Hong Kong a couple of years ago because he has Alzheimer's syndrome, which means the lights are on but nobody's home. And he didn't actually realize that he was in Hong Kong. And so he put his little orange vest on, his gloves, and go for a walk. And he's like, "Jimmy, there sure are a lot of Chinamen around here." Shut up, Grandpa. It's like, "No, really, there's Chinese everywhere." Shut up, Grandpa.
That's the part when you say, "Okay, Grandpa, it's time for you to go back and watch Matlock." You know. Oh,
true story.
People might not know what Matlock is.
No. Everyone wants to donate to me or Snarky and Alex, and we never be seen again.
So it was expected radio to say everyone must donate $1 to me, or Snarky and Alex will never be seen. More like $2. $2.50.
$2. No.
$3.50.
There he is.
Back again.
Yes,
I had no idea what happened, but I just got booted out of StreamYard, and they wouldn't let me back in until I turned my VPN on, which is funny for
I got thrown in the back of a truck. A bunch of guys in the back of the truck. They offered me a cigarette. They drove me around the block, threw me back out. I'm here.
I was just like, where did I go?
More sweaty, and I got some pipe.
Why are you sweaty? Why are you sweaty, Alex? Oh, I'm frozen.
Oh, Johnny, come on.
Let it go.
Anyway, where were we?
Yeah.
What were we talking about? Right.
I
get treated pretty well here in China. On the whole, there are lots of times when you get the usual stuff, like maybe somebody from the countryside, and they come in and they're like, and they kind of stare at you like if you were seeing an alien for the first time. But other than that, people are generally pretty good. I find it quite interesting. Just going out and talking to people. Where I live, it's opposite of great big wetlands, so I get to go out there and kind of be out exploring a lot, which is great fun. And you get to meet loads of like the very rural people that are out there that are farming and stuff. And there's some great people. It's pretty cool. People are interested to talk to you. At the minute, people are saying the first question. They're like, "Are you from America?" And I'm like, "No, England." And they're like, "Oh, whew."
Oh, you should tell them that. You should tell them that story. Remember when we hung out one time and they were asking where you from and I was from? Do you remember that?
Let's hear the story.
Oh, right. Okay. Me and Johnny were out I just out with cameras shooting some B-roll going through these small little villages, and like Johnny was over to one side shooting some stuff, and this old lady calls out in Wenjanese, the local dialect here. Like, luckily I speak enough of that to get by, but Wenjanhua is a real it's a real key to opening up stuff, because people know you speak Chinese, they're pretty interested in you. But if you speak Wenjanese, they're super interested. It shocks quite a lot of people. But having trouble connecting. This may be closed. Unstable connection. I don't know if you guys can still see me if I'm still in the show. Or
yeah, you're frozen.
Oh, okay. Nice. That's just me. That's me.
There you go.
Frozen?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Right,
He's moving. He's alive.
No, he's frozen.
Well, this is.
Oh, he's frozen.
He's frozen.
I don't know.
I'm gonna.
So maybe the connection's having a funky deal, but Johnny's still moving. So, and I think we're still moving. So.
See, Johnny.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm moving.
Got the.
Yeah, I think Alex is.
Yep.
Breaking.
Alex is he has been abducted again. So Master Q says, for $100, will you keep them? Yes. Send a $100 super chat and we will release Alex.
Whoa,
so
$100. What can you get?
I don't know. For 100 RMB, you can get a pretty good meal and some baiju, man. So
definitely
true story. But so back in we were talking about a few cases of discrimination. Back when I was I worked for HP in kind of while we're waiting for Alex is gone for sure now. So he is definitely in the back of a truck going around the neighborhood again. Back when I worked for HP, I had a coworker of mine whose name was Ricardo. And Ricardo was a transvestite.
I know what it is.
What is a transvestite?
A man who likes to wear ladies' dress.
As a man who likes to wear ladies' clothes, right?
But he still prefers ladies.
He still prefers ladies, right? And he used to get discriminated a lot against. And I, it's like, what's the policy here? If the higher ups come up, you wear normal clothes.
Alex.
So Alex is back. Alex, let's see. Supposedly Alex is back. We'll see. Oh, he's spinning.
We're back.
This
is a disastrous live stream so far for me. On this is, yeah,
it'll be funny if Alex kept continuing the story. And he's like, "Oh yeah," and so that's what happened.
And that's how Alex ended up in a grass skirt and a coconut bra.
Coconut bra?
So what happened after I left? Did we continue with the story?
Yeah.
No. We jumped into another story. We're talking about a transvestite friend of mine. So, but
nice. Rocky Horror.
I was not too far from. I had a coworker of mine. It was a guy on my team. He used to like to wear ladies' clothes, and he used to get discriminated against a lot because of this. But you know what? I mean, he did his job, so I didn't have a problem with it. As long as
people man. If everybody was the same, it'd be boring, right?
Yeah, he was a 400-pound Mexican guy who liked to wear fishnet pantyhose. So hey, I ain't judging. So there it is. But Alex was telling us a story.
Oh, so speaking with this lady in Wenzhou, and she's like, "Oh, where are you from? No, are you from America?" And I was like, "No, he is." And point behind me at Johnny, and she's like, "Nah." I said, "I'm from England." She's like, "He's from America." He's like, "Nah, like he's black, like he's from Africa." And I was like, No. Like, really, honestly, like, he's from America. And she just went, "I don't believe you." And turned around and walked back in the house.
And then she came back with a basketball and saying, "Dribble for me."
Oh, yeah, right. But they watch NBA players, right?
But yeah, she was like, "This is Alan's way to draw more attention to himself."
Yeah, he keeps on getting abducted, of course. There you go. Austin's like, "Attention, hog."
I'm back again. I'm back again, guys. Like, you never left. I'm back again.
Just keep
back again. He's the real Slim Shady.
Austin, shh.
Oh,
don't tell them.
Don't tell anyone. Yes.
Don't tell nobody.
Yeah.
So Did you actually do some dribbling?
No, I didn't do no dribbling. I'm not that athletic. I have no athletic
Johnny
skill
and
in my
basketball
body.
are not friends.
No, we're not. Definitely.
I only do dribbling if I drink too much lemonade.
Pretty much.
True story.
It's true
story. Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, we're talking about racial stereotypes and, of course, the discrimination there. It sounds like Johnny had an experience nonetheless. Yeah. My friends in America, actually, a lot of time, because I live in China, they often ask me, it's like, well, you live in China. Everybody eats dogs and plays kung fu, right? So, what do you think? Does everybody here eat dogs?
So in America, does every American actually eat fast food every day?
Yes.
Seriously?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Anyway, hey, someone said he just subscribed to Johnny's channel.
Thank you. There you
go. That's awesome.
Appreciate it.
It's John. John's a subscriber to my channel as well. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So, yeah. But you said everyone in China does not eat dog and does not play kung fu.
Not everyone. It's just about persons. Okay.
Yeah. I guess it's all about perception, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we get that a lot.
There are places around that you could find, I guess. Like I searched for dog meat restaurants on the Baidu Maps, and it comes up with a place that's about 36 kilometers away from here. But I don't think you'd find it in any cities. It would be more of a rural thing for sure.
I don't think we could even find that in Shanghai if we wanted to.
Shanghai, but definitely in Guangxi.
Shanghai is different, isn't it? Shanghai is just like a behemoth of a city. I think if you went to somewhere where there was a lot more kind of rural areas, then maybe you could. But it's not really like people perceive. It's not.
And I think the perception, the way people are treating animals nowadays, they're changing their views on it now.
Yes.
People are becoming more progressive on animal rights.
They really are,
especially the younger generation. I see that a lot on my WeChat where they're rescuing dogs, they're taking care of them. They're putting the word out. So it's nice to see that they're changing their views on it. So
one thing you can see in the past when I was a kid, the senior generations, what I talk about senior is the one who born in the 1960 or 50, they consider cat is to use it to catch the rat, catch the mice. But now people in our generation, when they keep cat, it's considered as a pet, which is it's already concept changing. So I mean, but when you say Alex, you talk about what I understand is in Guangxi, the province next to Guangdong, they still have a lot of people who actually in the past eating cat. I'm not talking about past, it's not thousands of years ago. I'm talking about in the previous few years. But after the coronavirus, I'm not so accurate, but what I remember, I read the news saying that they already banned it in Guangdong, the province. They already banned it.
Yes. They've actually signed some legislation now saying that cats and dogs are not for eating.
Yeah.
Which is good because it doesn't taste good. It really doesn't.
You eaten already?
Yes. True story. A good buddy of mine in Hong Kong, Adrian Pong, his mom came down to, her grandma came down to Hong Kong and was fixing some food for us, and it smelled great. And I said, "What is it?" And she says, "Chicken." And then I kind of asked her, I said, "Chicken, bark, bark, bark." She's like, "Chicken, roof, roof." Thank you. It wasn't really good. Yeah. So yes, animal cruelty has been outlawed in China, and thank goodness. Yeah. So true story. Once someone says in December 15th, I saw a dog meat restaurant in Chongchun? So of course that was 5 years ago. Yeah, I mean, and that's one thing you see a lot of that is going away. When I was a kid, I moved to Hong Kong in 1991. We used to go up to Shenzhen, which was nothing at the time. It was just a little fishing village. Yes. And we used to get on the green trains. They serve these little in-flight meals with a little rice box with vegetables. And you see the rat tail hanging out of the little rice box there.
Oh my God.
So, good times, good times. So much.
So,
like your backdrop, Snarky.
It tastes good, right?
Thank you so much. I'm not hungry no more.
Yep. Don't want any more. Actually, on that same trip, I went to Guangzhou, and I found a place that said New York pizza. True story.
Okay.
And I saw this couple sit down. They had the whole, checkered, table drop and everything else. They had a pizza that had cut up hot dogs, ketchup, and a whole rat just spread eagle out on the top of the pizza.
Oh my god!
I'm like, I guess that could be New York pizza.
Pizza rat. Yeah, you remember?
Pizza rat.
That was a viral thing. That was it a couple years ago. A rat was in like a pizzeria and he was walking around with like a slice of pizza in his mouth.
Yeah. I think I remember that.
Yeah.
Actually,
maybe it was
at
just
school, I used to work on Dongguan. We used to
watch
watch in the cafeteria, little rats would walk across the top.
Yeah.
No. Terrible. Okay, let's try to get back on the top here. So, we were talking about discrimination, and I'd asked the question if any of you guys had personally felt any discrimination in China. And now I got to be honest, I don't see a lot of it. I don't see a lot of it in China. Alex, you said you don't see a lot of it.
But you were banned from cutting hair.
Yes,
during the COVID-19, like I've been out and about in the streets, and I know I'm not saying that people haven't been. There have been a lot of people that in like expat groups here that have had stuff like like landlords have said they don't want to rent to them, this kind of stuff. But it's not like a lot of it. But I've been out and about in the streets a lot. I've been on buses. I've been here. I've been there, and I've not really had anything like at all. Like I guess it all depends on the situation. Sometimes you could just be in the wrong area at the wrong time. I guess it definitely does.
I love this comment.
I don't think it's like everywhere. Chuck E. Cheese is the biggest pizza rat.
True story.
Comment.
Chuck E. Cheese is this kid's restaurant in America with like the worst pizza in the world.
Yeah, it's funny. I only went to Chuck E. Cheese one time in my life, and it was the only time I cleaned. Like you get all the tickets, right?
Yeah.
I got every single ticket. I cleaned house that day. It was my first time at Chuck E. Cheese's. And like the people who like give you your prizes, they were like, "How did you like do this?" And I was like, "I don't know. It's just my first time here. Give me my gifts." And then I never came back. I never went back.
Ran all the way up.
Yeah. You get like these tickets, and then you exchange those tickets for like prizes. Okay. So you like
you have to win the tickets.
Yeah, you gotta win the
ticket.
ticket.
The shuffleboard plays. You play these little games, little colors and games. It's basically the intro to childhood gambling addiction is what it is.
I know what it is. We played it with a kid.
Yep.
True story.
No, they teach you to work hard.
Yes. Yeah. So, but yeah, I did have that time that they refused to cut my hair.
Yeah, actually, he went to the salon he actually got used to. But then they don't want him to cut the hair. Yeah. And I remember one time we went to do the massage together. Yeah, massage together. Mm-hmm. And then the ladies there was so surprised, like, it's a 外国人, it's a foreigner. And then I insist, insist, hey, yeah. And then I insist telling the people who do the massage saying, he's back on middle of February already. So it was actually around last month. Yeah, it was around last month. I think he's already back to Shanghai in the middle of February, something like that. And then while he's being massaged, they all the two ladies like him a lot. But I think it's the very beginning. People has a perception like, I don't know why. People have a perception like, foreigner has virus. I'm not kidding.
There was that narrative going around for a bit.
Yeah.
And because there was a lot of countries that were handling it quite badly compared to China, and I guess if they're coming back from there, it's kind of natural. I mean, it's annoying to have people be discriminatory against you because of that, but it's also understandable because it's a scary time for a lot of people. Pandemics are kind of scary.
Speaking of which, sorry to derail. I have been wondering about discrimination cropping up during COVID-19 against foreigners and against people from Hubei and Wuhan. That was a real thing. A lot of folks, Chinese in China were being discriminated against because of they were from Hubei or Wuhan. They wouldn't let them come into restaurants
There was a lot of like kind of dodgy behavior though. Like somebody who is Am I still in the show? Yeah, there was somebody who was at my son's kindergarten, and I think he's now not allowed to go to any schools in Wenzhou because his mum had decided that she would come back from Wuhan, and she didn't want to get caught. Basically, she wanted to come back, and she knew that they would quarantine her or they would do whatever. So she went out of her way and flew to a different city, and then got a car back from that city so that she could come back undetected, and somehow got caught anyway because they're not stupid. And now, as a result of that, her son is like banned from like most of the kindergartens. So it's kind of affected him because of her stupidity. Which is, when people do stuff like that, it's ridiculous. Because just to avoid like a few days quarantine, which is understandable.
I remember another story I read from the news saying that someone who actually bought the eggs from Taobao, and then later on they discovered the eggs was originally from Wuhan. That lady called the seller, the Taobao seller, that demand them to refund, because they even like say something insulting them, saying that, oh, you know that you guys are from Wuhan, blah blah blah, something like that. I think it's too mean, right? It's talking about the eggs. Originally from Wuhan, so what's wrong with it? Like, the shipment will take 2 to 3 days. If coronavirus still exceed on that 2 to 3 days, I think you don't have to worry. Nothing you can worry, because you never know. Maybe anyone around you will have coronavirus.
Sounds like a chicken and egg problem.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. I think a lot of it stems also, like I said, from fear and people being uncertain, because there was so many different things. Like, it only lasts for like a couple of hours outside the body. Then it was like, it can last for 2 to 3 days. And I've never really got a clear, concise answer, because I guess they don't really have that many. But
there was a lot of things going around. You can only get it from like if someone sneezes or coughs, or if you hug someone, or if you have a 5-minute quickie with them or something, that you can get it.
But something ridiculous, like
it can get in through your eyes. It can get in, obviously, in saliva that you've inhaled. It's aerosolized, I believe. So it's although it's not much worse than actual regular flu, because it has a pretty similar death, fatality rate, but it spreads a lot faster. And I guess that's where it's spread around the world. Is it spread incredibly fast because it's incredibly I was not gonna say catching. What's it? Incredibly infectious, I guess.
Yeah. Speaking of which, John's talking about racism being used as a political weapon, and that's the thing we're seeing right now. We have a lot of people that are out there wanting to do the protesting, rioting thing, and we got all these new examples of COVID now in the U.S.
Well, go figure.
So, have you heard about that, Johnny?
What's the question? What was it?
Have you heard about that? These guys
Johnny,
are out there.
He's on the same program.
Yeah, he got thrown in the back of the truck too. He's around the block. I'm back. So have you heard? Like, a lot of these guys, as yahoos in the United States, are running out there. They're protesting, they're rioting, and there's like all these new cases of COVID now because of it.
I think it's
Have you heard about that?
I've heard every day on my Facebook. They're talking about like them, say, oh, this is my body, my right. I don't need to wear a mask, and everyone's like, you should, because it's gonna keep you from getting sick.
Yeah.
So but what can I say?
At least diluted like one shop apart, right?
Yeah,
it would have made more sense.
Yeah, definitely.
Like you loot Gucci, and I'll loot the Louis Vuitton next door. Just be sensible at this.
Yeah. I just think that What? Well, 4 quick
4 minute and 59-cent quickies are considered acceptable. Yeah, you heard it. You heard there. You cannot catch the coronavirus if
totally
you have a quickie
possible.
for under 5 minutes.
Yeah, you got to time it right. Quickly.
Yeah, you got time. Okay, go.
Yeah, I gotta go somewhere.
Like really fat.
I think you need to worry about your partner will actually discriminate you then.
Yes, that's true. So, there was it the other time. Oh, that's a bit of another thing. Now, here's the question. This is discrimination or just curiosity. When guys walk up to, like, I would say bigger guys like myself, and they just rub my belly. Is that Yeah. Rub my belly. So, just from my nipple. So,
continue.
Is that discrimination or is that just curiosity?
Just curiosity, I think.
Just curiosity, I think.
Yeah.
That's more curiosity. Like
it's not like
people
you're
have a different sense of
yeah.
what's acceptably okay here because they don't kind of see like when people come up to me and they're like, "Hey, you've got fat recently." Like in England, you'd be like, "Right, come on in." But here it's kind of like it's basically saying that you're comfortable, wealthy, you've eaten well. Like it's
talking about
a positive
bikini
thing than it is. Oh, the Beijing bikini, snow drugs. You know them well.
Do you know what the Beijing bikini
I've
is?
never really done that.
That's
how you know when summer is
Beijing
starting.
bikini
When you see your first Beijing bikini, that's the official start.
Do they have a Shanghai Speedo? Do they have the Shanghai Speedo?
Shanghai Speedo. That sounds.
What is it? What is a Shanghai Speedo?
I don't know. I just made that up. It's a new term. It's a new phrase. A new term.
Yeah.
Dude, it could be a thing.
New outfit for the next live stream.
No, you didn't make a hole.
And I can say,
just make a couple of holes. Right?
Donate $1, and I will wear different color speedos.
yes. For a $1 super chat, Johnny will wear it.
I'll donate $5.
And everyone's paying $2 for him not to.
Yeah. I lose all my subscribers.
So, what is this?
Yeah.
There's a belief that rubbing a fat man's belly brings good luck.
Oh yeah, Buddha.
So is that true?
He's a Buddha.
I mean, no, but is it true that rubbing a?
I don't know. I haven't heard about that, but people believe that like one who get a big belly is just like a Buddha. You know, the Buddha also have a smiling Buddha always has a big belly.
No, that just means I have the body of a god.
No, you should put a box here. So whenever people to actually rub your belly, you should put a donation box here. They have to donate money.
There you go.
You should put like
great taste in YouTubers.
Alipay. The alley what? Or you have great taste.
We should pay the QR code. Have a QR code right here.
Have a QR code, scan here and you can rub my belly.
You just want like the how to say that the tattoo, QR code tattoo.
Oh yeah, just put a tattoo, scan here, and you can rub my belly. So John's like, I should be lucky then. Yes, sir. So
what's going on?
But lucky about a day.
Yes. But I don't know. A couple times I did get refused service at a tea kiosk though.
What is a tea kiosk?
The little place where you buy like the tea or like those little drinks like at Cocoa.
Oh, you told me that you got male migrant or something like that.
Yeah, the lady was like
a tea stand.
Yes, I got refused service at a tea stand.
Really?
Which is essentially outdoors.
Yes, essentially outdoors. I tried to get one of those little yak mango drinks, and they was like, male migrant.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't
in the outside area. You're not allowed in the outside areas. Okay, sure. Good luck.
Yeah, I guess it's like I guess okay. Sometimes like they don't speak English. They assume you cannot speak Chinese. In a way, they don't know how to deal with you, so they just reject you. This
probably.
Is not Thai,
But I don't consider this discrimination at all. I think it's one of those things they just don't understand. It's like I
guess a lot of so-called discrimination is what we see from the results, but we never try to understand why. Like I remember, just like what Alex said, like some people like tell you facts is if you're in Europe or in America, you want to fight with the person. I remember in like once in Shanghai like 2 years ago. Remember we go to the Shanghai Old Street.
Yes.
So a shop owner come and point at him and saying that, oh, he has a big belly, and he was like, what? And then the lady actually was concerned about like, a big belly means it's just not healthy. So the lady also explained in Mandarin saying that I just want to concern about his health rather than discriminating or pointing at him saying that you have a big belly, something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, but because of language barrier, they don't understand each other. Sorry.
Yes.
Not.
Guile says, why doesn't Bunny get her name on the live and you don't get some bunny ears? Where you at the Playboy sitting, you can't do that. He's saying you should get some like little bunny ears. So should I put? Should you think I should put like Snarky and Bunny at the bottom there? So
I think if we have some donations to buy this
to make up for it. We all know who's driving.
No, we can have Snapchat.
Bunny with smart, snarky, and smaller.
There it is again. It always comes down to that specialty.
Guess
Alec has something.
Speaking of Hong Kong, I really miss Hong Kong. Actually, I really miss Hong Kong.
You miss it?
It's not gone
it
anymore,
too.
Johnny. It's
Not
still
now. Not now, but not obviously what's happening now. But
it's still there, Johnny. It's not like it ran away from home.
Hong Kong didn't get thrown in the back of a truck and driven around the block.
I miss Hong Kong. I wish I could see it again. So, Johnny, just get on a plane.
He hasn't passed
yeah,
away.
I could get on a plane right now as a foreigner. I can't come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
and then Alex could do a video on that too. He's like, "Where did Johnny go on the next episode?"
Do like a little Geraldo Rivera. Where did Hong Kong go?
Well, next time you
It was in the glove box all along.
We can walk. I can show you around. No, more than show you around.
Yeah, Hong Kong's not my favorite city in the whole world. I think.
No, Tokyo.
Yep. Actually, Alex and I had a nice date in Hong Kong.
Kind of feel...
You had a date in Hong Kong with
we had
Alex?
breakfast together.
Yeah, it was very romantic.
Did we guys have a breakfast
We
together?
had the frying pan, which was the most amazing breakfast restaurant.
Oh my gosh!
Right next to my hotel.
It was amazing. Yes, he bought me breakfast, and then we spent some intimate time together.
What? Alex never told me this.
Well, I'm sure you guys had some intimate times together too.
I mean,
oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah,
this is getting a bit X-rated now. It's a bit of water up on the screen.
Yeah.
So all I know is y'all talking about the intimate times I hear Guado. Yes. Yes.
So you want to join the intimate
yes.
Time? You want to join you guys on intimate time? So fall of you can actually set up a table to play mahjong then.
That's intimate? Is mahjong?
No.
Mahjong's great. I love mahjong.
Mahjong is only up your upper part of the body, but in your intimacy is talking about the lower part of the body. So
whoa.
I've seen old people get into fist fights.
I thought we were talking about mahjong.
Yeah, mahjong
in the game. But
I'm talking about you playing football.
It's a very intense game for old people. They get
it is a very intense game.
Flip table.
Mahjong's great to play. Like I love sitting around and just playing with that, but I can't play it with all the old people because they're way too fast for me. Surprisingly.
Yeah, it's too fast there.
Yep. So now, speaking of trying to get back on topic, discrimination. One of my coworkers at the school, she right after we got married, she asked a picture, and I showed her a picture, and she's like, "Why did you marry her? You're a good-looking guy. You're a little fat, but why would you marry her? Because she's short." And I totally think that is discrimination. So I actually unfriended her.
Yeah, apart from being just plain right rude.
Yeah, that's rude. Very rude.
But do you find that sort of thing happens a lot where you get discriminated, though?
Yeah, of course, definitely. Especially the first couple of years when I'm after graduation, when I look for a job, I remember one of my HR friends. I mean, we were classmates in university, and then he became an HR professional. He explained to me, say, like, if there are like say two candidates, even I score 100 and that candidate score 80, people will normally pick the 81 instead of 100 me, because there are so many uncertainties. They don't know how to take care of me because of my height. They have never dealt with. So in order to avoid the troublesome, they would try to find some regular person.
You don't seem like you need taking care of. It seems like you would take care of more people than you would need to take care of yourself.
She takes care of me.
Here's the thing, right? If you step back to think about, I survive in this. The world is not made for me, to be honest, of my height. But for any disabled or any like who are not in the like normal distributions, the world is not built for us. So we actually, since we were a kid, like 3 to 4 year old, we start to get used to the world. Like we have our own way to survive. So I don't think anyone have to specially taking care of us, but they think. I remember in one interview, I sit, and most of the time my legs was hanging in the air, and then someone would come over me and say, "Oh, do you need a stool?" I was like, "No, I get used to it. I get used to it like for so many years. So why I have to like need a stool to step on when I was sitting, right?"
Yeah. Well, I mean, that kind of trends that we talked about. Discrimination, reverse discrimination, of course, which is where people who are not from an area get special treatment a lot of times. the question is, privilege.
Yeah.
So the question is
quite a lot with the hospital.
Really, tell us about that.
Yeah.
Like, I had this thing where I've had some. I needed to go, and I had these problems where every time I lied down to go to sleep, I'd get this like feels like palpitations, almost like your heart's going crazy. Turns out it was like I needed realignment in my spine or something. I ended up going to a Chinese doctor in the end, and he did this like it looked like a suplex move, like like sort of something from like a fighting game where like finish him. Did this like head cracking stuff, and it fixed it. But before that, I was going around and I had to see different specialists at the hospital, and because I know people at the hospital because there's like a medical hospital here, so you kind of socialize with the students from time to time, and I knew one of them. He's a good friend of mine, and we went there, and the doctor that was the chief specialist for the entire, I don't know if it's province or he's a big deal, and he has a big queue, and like Kuvan had mentioned to him, my friend needs to come see you, and he said, oh yeah, sure, and so he skipped me to the front of the queue for several weeks. Like I didn't have to wait, I just went straight in, and then when I got there was a whole room full of people, and he saw me and went, oh, you're Kuvan's friend? Yep, okay. And just got the lady up he was dealing with and was like, off you go, get out of here, and moved me straight in. And that's happened quite a lot. They generally just they're like, okay, just wait there just a minute, and then whoosh, straight in, cut the line.
Johnny, do you ever get cut ahead of the line at all in China?
Not in China, but in Thailand recently when I went for a spring festival with my other half. We went to this temple. And the temple only said Thai citizens only. And the guard looked at me and said, oh, you can come in. And all the foreigners were just like, but he's not Thai. He's from foreign. And Pang was like, shh, don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody that you are. And then, yeah, I got into like this secret, like this nice, not secret temple, but it's a very like famous temple in Grand Palace.
Nice.
In Bangkok. Yeah, and all the
Thailand's best kept secret.
Yeah. I went in there, and everybody was only the foreigners were allowed to stay out and take photos and whatnot. But a lot of the citizens, like the locals, they can go in and do their prayer and do their Buddhist service. So she did the whole like prayer thing and throw water at me and all that, and everybody's like, he's not Thai, he's a foreigner. And I walked out like, oh, thank you. Yeah. So yeah, that was probably the first time that in Asia that I, that kind of happened to me. In China, it's not, I don't know for sure because I just do my thing. I work and travel, take photos. So I don't really know, like, I just treat it like everybody else. You know what I mean? I go to a store, they say hi, greet you. They ask for help if you need help, things like that. They're a little bit more patient with me because my Chinese is buhao. So like, I don't really feel any reverse discrimination. I just feel like I just hang with everybody. I'm quite harmless, I guess. No, I don't, not at all.
No, I don't get that many preferential treatments. I think. Although when I come into my complex, everyone's like yeah, and they all know me like I'm a rock star or something. And they're like, Jimmy,
because you wear the shorts in the winter.
Oh, it's because I wear the shorts in the winter. Yes, I don't like to wear pants.
Oh, he wear the shorts in the winter. So the Shanghainese, the people in the complex were so amazed, like, aren't you cold? So every time when I see him, like in the winter or in the approaching autumn, so whenever people see him in the entrance of the complex, will ask him, Jimmy, 你不冷吗? Just, aren't you cold? Something like that.
我不冷. No.
Yeah. I think a lot of attention also comes from if you can speak Chinese. Like I found because I speak Chinese and I can speak the dialect here to an extent, that it kind of really makes it. That's what draws the attention more because people might talk to you, but if you can't talk back, they're just kind of not bothered. As soon as you start a conversation and they're like, whoa, like I can actually communicate, then it starts building an interest, and then more people maybe will be like, oh, this foreigner speaking Chinese, so they come over, and it's kind of nice because I've met and made friends with quite a lot of people just from being out and talking to people. And a lot of the experiences and the good things that I've had here has just been through being able to communicate with people. I think it's an important thing to do when you come here, is to try and learn Chinese wherever possible, because it really does open doors. It's
true story
thing to do. Also, you can
Simon says we all enjoy preferential salaries.
Well, that's true.
Yeah,
that is true.
That is true. Yeah, we do get.
You were
paid
just
more.
talking
100% true.
Something about the premier of China was talking about the number of salaries in China.
I mean, yeah, they say that basically like 600 million of people, talking about individual, whose income is less than 1,000 renminbi per month. That is from the statistic.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's
low.
That's pretty amazing. So true story.
But on the other side of that, I get this preferential salary, but I basically don't spend. I save a small portion of myself. I spend like 4, maybe 5K a month, and that's still living very comfortably. That's not like living reserved.
Yes.
That's living very comfortably. I don't ever have to tell myself, no, I shouldn't spend that. So you could spend a lot less. I did like a thing a while back, if you look on my channel, and it was actually to a Steam, which is a cryptocurrency, and it was a Steam challenge, like how can you spend like a day on 5 Steam, the equivalent of which I think was about $5, and it was I thought it was going to be tough. Actually, it was super easy. I even had money for a beer at the end of the day.
Yeah. It's not tough.
No, it's not hard at all. You can get decent noodles, bowsers, all sorts of stuff, and it's China's fantastic because for a foreigner, you can get a good salary and you don't have to spend a lot. Even if you go out to like fancy meal places, you don't spend like a lot unless I go to Shanghai. I found that if I go to Shanghai and I go out and go to like Pistolera's Mexican restaurant or something, the bill's over 1,500 every time.
Pistolera is terrible.
I don't know. No way for me, but yeah.
I like Pistolera. I thought Pistolera was good. But
there's a better one in Shanghai called Cactus.
Oh yeah, Cactus.
Okay.
The average is about 150.
There's a good Greek place on La Waijie, which is good.
Oh yeah,
a Greek place that was nice. And I think my favorite is the Indian restaurant in Tianzifang.
Tianzifang.
Have we been to that one?
We have been to Tianzifang. We haven't been.
Did we do to that hamburger restaurant in Tianzifang? Was it New York Burger or whatever?
No, you're talking about like India.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying we haven't been to that one in Tianzifang.
I went to this. There's like a famous. I went to this famous German restaurant. I forgot the name of it. It's like a German cuisine restaurant. I don't forgot the name of it, but it was quite pricey, but it was very good. The food was very delicious. But I forgot the name.
What's ENFJ?
Yeah, I was wondering that. There's comments in the thing. So I've constantly scored.
External, they have like a 16 type of personality. Like
it's a personality test.
Yeah, it's a personality. INFJ. It's not the first I and in is like something internal or external, interior.
What is it?
Lotus
leaf.
Lotus leaf.
Lotus leaf might be it. Yeah.
What is this? Snarky, you dress like the A&W. Do people treat you better because you may have a team burger in it? Orange shirt. Stand up if your pants are brown. I am calling you bear now.
I had an A in root beer.
Standing up would not be a good idea right now. Yes.
Oh,
yes. This is a pants-free live stream, ladies and gentlemen.
Is he trying to start something? Snarky versus Quail.
So
they gotta compare with each other's white hair, the number of white hair.
Oh my god.
Yeah. What is that? A curtains matching the never mind.
Great.
The color matched the cuff.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
The curtain.
We don't want to go there. So but here's I want to kind of in this up. First of all, if you guys have some questions in the comments, get your questions ready because we want to ask here. But I want to ask the question: is it possible? Can we actually curb discrimination in China? What do you think?
Of course you can. It's education, and it starts. I guess a lot of the older generation. I think it's kind of, you're fighting ingrained like stuff that's never going to be changed. But it starts. The best way to change it is to start educating the children, because as generations go on, it will progressively disappear, and you can push a certain kind of direction. Everything has to start at the base level, like the children. The children are the future, after all.
Yeah, I agree with that with Alex. Definitely, it starts with education. It starts with
See, even Quello said take 2 generations, which is about roughly what I would think.
Roughly.
I agree with that. So,
but also too, it should be. I think also that requires a much freer access to information.
Yes.
In China.
I agree.
Yeah. I think that the more people are educated,
it doesn't take access to information for people to understand that this is how you should do something. I think you can educate without having access to like all of the world's problems on the internet. I think you could. I think you can still teach like the way to treat animals. I think you can still do a lot of this just by educating your child and bringing bringing them up as a good child, like with good moral compass.
I think maybe educating people on diversity. Of course, marry a Chinese wife or husband. I'm not judging, so that helps.
How does it help?
Well, I don't know. I was trying to make a cheap joke there.
Yeah, I would like to add one more. It's actually the
China crew in the house. Hello.
Yeah.
China crew is in the house. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So, Simon says, I think exposure is pretty key too. A lot of people react to me with shock when they find out I'm South African. You're South African?
Yeah, he's from South Africa.
So, like they've met one before. Yeah. So I know, but I know a lot of white South Africans, though. It's nothing new to me, but a lot of people don't know.
It's the same things like in Paris as well. Like in Paris, there's also like mixed different color, right? In Europe, you have black skin, you have like Caucasian. You also have someone from the North Africa. North Africa people are not in black color.
Europe is a whole mixing pot of everything.
Exactly.
My wife said to me once, if I go to England, will I be as special like in England as you are here? And I said no, because we have pretty much people from all over the globe, all in England. So nobody.
If you go to London, I remember I went to London for twice. I even hear people speaking Cantonese, but they're London people. I mean, they already are British.
Most of the Chinese people in England are Cantonese origin. Hong Kong,
true story.
Guangdong, all these kind of.
Yeah, that's same thing like in America. Actually, my first like experience with Chinese like is Cantonese, like from movies, like Bruce Lee, what's his name, Chow Yun-fat. What's the guy who did John Woo movies?
I love John Woo movies.
Yeah. So that's like my first taste of like
discrimination.
Someone says a Chinese person, I was educated to be racist and nationalistic. Discrimination is a learned behavior. Agree or disagree?
I think I need more example before I say.
So
like how you're more educated.
I think it is like kind racist, of everybody is a product of their environment, and if you're brought up in a family where your parents are saying that this is how we look at this kind of person, then of course you're going to start thinking that for yourself. But also at some point, you have your own mind, and you start. Most people will also start to question it. Yeah. To an extent, like I don't agree with everything my parents say just because they say it. It's I make up my own opinion. I think
exactly
there is 50-50 on that. I guess it is a learned behavior, but I do believe that you can unlearn it as well.
Yeah, and one thing like in the past,
kind of
sorry.
Like American History X. If you see that film, I know it's entirely. I don't know if it's entirely fictional or if it's based on a true story, but like that kind of thing. If you've seen the film American History X.
Oh, that movie. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So someone's asking, Johnny, where in the U.S. are you from?
I am from North Carolina.
North Carolina.
The most famous state ever. Every year I hear something about North Carolina on the news in China.
Wait, you're not from Africa?
No, I'm not from Africa. No, I'm not from Togo.
Wilo says living with a person from another world is a barrier breaker. Your friends either live or leave. Family does also. Then you see who your friends are in their heart and people that discriminate.
Then they see
that is true.
Yeah. Yeah,
so,
I totally agree with that. It's better to be loved for who you are, or it's better to be hated for who you are than loved for someone you're not. So just be yourself.
Kurt Cobain
will either come to you or they won't.
Kurt Cobain. I was just gonna say he beat me to the punch, man. So, but I absolutely agree with Guilo's comment there. When you live with someone from another part of the world, you definitely see things from a different point of view a lot.
Oh, I remember two stories. One story is from my mom. So the first time my mom went to Paris, and then it's in Paris. So she was looking for toilet, and then we approached the police in Paris, and the police actually 3 police ride a bike to look for the toilets for her, and she was like, "Oh my God." So she learned this good experience. And then when she went back to Hong Kong, she started to help people in the street. I asked her why, and she said, hey, that is what I learned from, she experienced it, she enjoyed that one. And she learned it from Europe. So she said, why can't I help people, right? When someone actually were her at that moment, I need help, then she can help. It's more like how we actually experience being treated equally, then we will also want to treat others equally.
True story.
Yeah.
And that's something that I think I see that actually a lot in China, like especially because I work in a private school.
Yeah.
So like a lot of the parents are always afraid, like, oh, this black teacher, but then when they see the kids like very happy, excited.
Yeah.
They enjoy learning. They have fun in my classroom, and they become more of like understanding of who I am.
Yeah.
Then the parents are more like, well, okay, I can see now, like he's actually more than what we expected. And then the parents come around. So I think the kids are very important. I think kids change the mind of adults.
True story. What age kids do you teach, Johnny?
I teach every level, basically, from tots to like grade 7, grade 8. But it's usually I teach majority like smaller kids. And
so you get them up to about my level. I teach grades 6, 7, and 8.
Mm-hmm. So like I always get like even like when the smaller kids see me, they're like, oh my gosh, like ooh. Yeah, but they do that to everybody. But mostly me, it's more like, and the parents like, we don't want him because he's colored. But then when the kids are done with class, like, I like this teacher, he's so cool, he's so amazing, and the parents are like, okay, maybe I should get to know him a little bit more and see that's
amazing.
Yeah. So I think like Alex said, like what Alex was saying, like kids are the future. We just need to like show them that not everybody is what you think they are. Get to know them first and understand who they are, not by the color, not by religion, not by anything. Just learn who they are, and I think the world will be a much better place.
And I remember once one thing happened on me a couple of years ago when I was in India visiting a friend of my friends. So they have like a couple, very smart couple. So they have a pair of kids. So one of the daughter is around 7-year-old. She asked me, how was I? And the second question is, why you will not get married at this age? I was so embarrassed. I don't know how to answer that question. And you know what her mom say? Her mom say, marriage is about love. It's not about age. And her dad added one more thing is, her dad mentioned that he also got married to her mom at my age at that time. So to me, it's all, and the entire situation, I feel so happy because the parent already like, how to shift away the topic about why I don't get married at that age. But instead, she actually add the very positive value to the parent, to the kid. What is marriage is about? I mean, I really like the way that how people were educated. I mean, those parents are willing to actually like remove all the thing about discrimination or something against particular stuff, but at the same time give the kid a very positive value what the truth should be or
true story.
Yeah.
So there's a shout out, Alex.
Just quickly say hello to some people out.
Hey,
Yeah, I was going to say, just to address a few things. Hey to Alex, Report by Media. Hey to everybody, actually, but especially people who got Guelo. I can see Alex down there. We got John, China Travel. Barrett's are here. I don't know if that's both Barrett's. If that's Lee or Ollie. I'm guessing probably Lee.
Yes, I just saw them. Hey!
Could be wrong.
Hi, Barrett.
And also, there's an interesting comment here. 500,000 Chinese in South Africa at the moment, which is... and then Simon kind of followed up with that. But that's actually a funny story because I took my wife back to South Africa when we had our honeymoon, and we were there. We went to see my aunt and my uncle. See my aunt and my uncle, but it's the first time, like, because in England the food is all kind of, you know, they change it like they change the Western food to suit the Chinese market here. In England, a lot of the Chinese food has been adapted to like more.
We lost Alex again.
Okay.
He's been thrown in the back of a truck again.
Welcome back to the Johnny Show. I'm your host.
Welcome back to the Johnny Show. Yes, we have thrown Alex out the window.
Getting more attention, farming more attention for myself. I'm a clout farmer.
You attention whore.
Clout farmer, please. It's the real term. We'll use my proper pronoun.
No.
But a lot of the food in the UK is very different. But when I went to South Africa last time, we went to, my aunt and uncle said, "Oh, there's a great Chinese restaurant just down the road." And I was like, "Well, you know, we could get some Western style Chinese food." And it was actually a guy from Fujian province, which is below Wenzhou. So he was very knowledgeable of Wenzhou itself, and it was genuine, authentic, like the kind of food when you go out to one of these restaurants here, where they kind of, you know, you get the fried egg, or you get like kind of like the semi barbecue style ones. Am I gone again? Nope.
I think he was just.
I saw somebody saying "R.I.P. Alex" come up. And I was like, "Oh God, really?"
So, yes, I don't know. All we know, Globek wants more, more.
Oh, Globek's here.
More. I don't know.
Globek's
whatever it is,
here. Nice. Hell yeah.
Whatever it is, Globek wants more. I don't know. And all Simon can say is F.
Alex, more.
I'm actually talking in the chat too.
Nice.
Say goodbye to Alex.
Nice. Say goodbye to Alex.
Nice, you asshole.
No.
Nice. Well, guys, I'm gonna try to wrap this up. If anyone has a last minute question for Alex, for Johnny, or Bunny or myself,
yeah, say goodbye to Johnny.
Say goodbye to Johnny.
Yeah. Throw him out like a baby with the bathwater, man. Boom.
Oh my gosh.
So, if anybody has the last minute questions, I want to get them in. Guys, you know what? Honestly, I think so. His last sentence was more, and then he disappeared. Yes, that's true. he kind of jumped out mid sentence there. I really liked Guilo's comment, you know, about how it's probably going to take a couple of generations for this to get better. But, you know, like anything else, I think things are on the up and up. I do see an upward curve away from. So,
Johnny, don't let you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate that, man. So he is the man. We got a couple more comments here. I like how people are painting China as inherently racist in this country when the minute that an argument coming out against there, even though U.S. has been more racist since its founding. U.S. definitely is at some issues right now. True story. Yeah. So glad to see the license coming back from normal in China.
Racist.
Yeah, life is definitely returning back to normal. You think?
At least in Shanghai.
At least in Shanghai.
Out of Shanghai, I cannot.
Yeah, Wenzhou definitely.
And Wenzhou
so
yeah.
Yep.
Wenzhou's coming back to normal. Definitely.
Yeah.
Normal.
I definitely want to say I think they handled it pretty well in China as far as this whole thing is concerned. But as far as discrimination in China, I think it's getting better.
Oh, we have masks. We have the mask from the居委会会. That is we have someone donate, give it a mask.
Yeah. Just today they just give us a little pack, you know, with a mask and had a little card in there. What did the card say? Something.
I don't know. I didn't read it.
I didn't read it either. But anyway, free mask. Yeah. So that's always nice. But I mean, I really feel that on the up and up, things are, you know, I find most of the time I am not discriminated in China, and I am a foreigner here. I find most people in Shanghai are pretty much
quite civilized.
Very civilized.
Very civilized.
Yeah. Now there's other parts of China. I used to live in this little tier 88 town in southern China, where you walk in a store and little girls will point at you.
Yeah.
White girl, and kind of freak out. That was always kind of fun.
You still get that kind of hair sometimes.
Do you ever get the one where the guy's driving and then he sees you and like just runs into traffic? That happened to me.
Or like when they're driving and they slow down, stop traffic up, so they can pull out their phone, just gonna take a couple pictures of you.
Their cars are like going by and like honking the horns, and people are like, "What's going on here?" Dangerous.
So
you're dangerous.
Why are you snarky?
Where?
What?
It says someone asked.
Where are you? 19.
Where are you? I can read. Really, I can't.
Oh, where are you?
I'm in Shanghai. I'm in Shanghai.
Did you stand him up?
No, I don't think I did.
You're supposed to be
so. Tier 88 sounds like the name of the next Fallout. Yes, that would be an excellent Fallout game. Yes, Fallout China.
Games.
So
it's about the level of Baijiu I've been buying at the minute.
Your
as well,
camera is focusing on your microphone. I know. I know it is.
He did it on purpose. I don't know why.
Plot twist: the microphone is the guest.
It is the guest. True story.
He used my perfume box to stack on my thing.
Yeah, so I can get the microphone just the right height. True story. The problem is the USA and other countries is taboo when they start to protest. In China, it's normally accepted. We were talking about China on this channel. Yep, true story. So I have a lot of people sneaking peeks of me in China. There you go. Oh, dude, sneaking peeks is kind of thing. I had a chance to use some new Chinese a couple of days ago, earlier this week. Someone was on the escalators, a girl in a short dress, and the guy right behind her, he had the camera trying to get the dodgy upskirt pic, and I had the chance to use that new Chinese phrase you taught me, topai, topai. So, which means they're taking a dodgy picture. So, happens. So, last question from the panel. Do you guys think some people misunderstand discrimination for just being sensitive? What do you think?
Yeah,
she says.
I think definitely people apply, especially foreigners. I was saying this on one of our Saturday morning shows that you get a lot of people in recent years. Because me and Johnny have both been in Windsor for like quite a long time now. But the last few years, there's been a lot of I don't know if you call them snowflakes that have turned up from like the US or the UK, and they kind of people apply the same kind of rules that you would get from back home and try and apply it to China, and it doesn't work like that. The same kind of things, like people, oh no, he followed me along the street. I felt so like he was going to rape me or something. It's like, nah, you're just a foreigner in a country where there's not many of them, and especially in a city where there's not a lot. The guy's just like, what? It's like he's just genuinely like, what the hell? That's a foreigner. Like, I've not seen one before, and it's not the same kind of thing. It's like you can't compare it. I find a lot of people are trying to apply this kind of like very liberal thinking and apply it to China, and it just doesn't work because China is not Europe. It's not America. It's simply you can't apply the same kind of logic here.
Same thing to you, right?
Yeah, Alex Simons, because it's very hard to police people's offense. True. A lot of times people are just curious. I find that a lot where people they want to claim discrimination or whatever else. I have a lot of times little girl, 5 years old, walked up to you on the metro and starts touching my beard.
Had it torn up? Touch your beard?
Well, I was sitting.
Okay.
I was sitting down.
Ethan, we got pictures of Ethan actually touching your beard in Shanghai. He did the same, and you encouraged him.
He was one of them.
You actually encouraged him.
So, I've noticed that as well. A big upstick, super sensitive snowies in the last couple of years. Yep. Yeah. True story.
A lot of snow.
John says, some people here in the U.S. go around looking for something to get offended about. Dude, people do that. Political correctness drives me crazy.
Yeah.
It really does.
It's funny, right? It reminds me of Dave Chappelle's Stick and Stones. Have you seen that?
I've seen that.
And that's like a culmination of what America is like right now. It's just
true story.
It's just too many people just get offended so easily about the dumbest things. It's just like,
Yo, buddy.
man up, grow up. You know.
Quilo says, was that little girl bunny?
I will not play with your beard. I will play with your
beard.
No, she does. She plays my nipples on the train. She plays with my nipples on the train. She reaches up, all the time as the sister and gets handsy on.
Remember my height, so I can easily put my hand up.
All the time. So I was like, touching your beard,
touching your beard.
Oh.
That's a good question. Touching your beard.
Is it still left? She pulled it out there.
Is it real?
TMI, true story. So it's Lee. Hey, Lee. So
Lee.
She means too much information. So, yep. Oh, here we go. Nipple fetish. Little people have nipple fetishes. Is this true?
I don't know. I'm only one. I cannot represent others, right?
Okay. And on that note,
let's touch our nipples.
At that note, we're gonna go. So here we go. Oh, bunny, that's not my beard.
That's not my beard.
Okay, we have officially reached that point of no return, guys. Discrimination's not cool, but I think absolutely we've got some good talk about it tonight. Good ways to. Why are you still pulling on my beard? Right point? Yeah.
Nothing to pull.
Nothing to pull.
Unfortunately, I don't have facial hair, so I can't do that. So
you are always welcome, sir. You are always welcome. You are never banned. Your comments are pure gold.
Banned for life.
Banned for life. Yeah, yes. We need a $100 super chat. Or we're going to take Alex and throw him in the back of a truck and drive him around. So,
yeah, I totally agree with what Lee just said. It was basically, what I was just getting at was the Chinese food in the UK is super sweet. It's like, I'm trying to think what it was. To have sweet and sour pork bowls is a big part of English Chinese food. Chow mein, which I've never seen anywhere in China ever.
Wonton soup.
What's that?
Yeah.
Wonton?
He's talking about Chinese food that you might find like in America or the UK.
Soup, egg rolls.
No, the one in London, Chinatown is
sour stuff like sweet and sour pork balls. There's lots of things. There's something called chow mein, which I've never seen here.
Chow mein.
Chow mein.
Chow mein.
Chow mein, is it fried noodles?
Yes.
Fried noodles,
like
you mean?
Fried noodles, yeah, but with lots of bean sprouts. We do get similar here, but it's not the same as we would get in the UK. The UK it's completely different. I don't think it's any. I've never found anything really that comes close to it apart from in Hong Kong, kind of.
Chow mein.
Chow mein.
Oh, it is actually the chow mein. It's actually the Canton style.
I know.
You can find it in Shanghai. You can find a similar thing in Shanghai.
It's interesting because in America, like we have Chinese restaurants, especially one near my hometown, but it's not owned by the Chinese. It's owned by Vietnamese people.
No, why they claim themselves Chinese?
So Gualo says chickens have no balls.
Chicken ball?
Chicken balls. Chickens have no balls.
Chicken ball.
So,
I like how we went from nipples to chicken balls.
We're all over the place here. We're talking about funky.
Where are we to next?
Yes, chickens have no balls. They feel discriminated against.
Nipples to chicken balls. Where's the next stop?
Discriminating chickens.
Yes, you just.
Where's Colonel Sanders?
So, Baiju. Baiju makes a great conversation.
That reminds me. It's Sunday night.
Alex, are you having some Baiju tonight?
Hell yeah. I mean, every night, but.
What? Sounds like a problem. But anyway.
Yeah.
So,
I think on that note, guys.
On that note again?
I'm gonna take it to my guests and say if you have any further comments. Johnny, do you have any last comments on the topic or nipples or anything else?
Touch your nipples because they're all yours. But no, full of Western country goodness. I would say love, peace, and happiness to everybody who's watching, and also drink lots of baijiu, just like Alex is doing right now. And I hope you guys check out my channel.
You know this is going
Definitely.
Please.
Definitely. Go show Johnny some love. Although I haven't seen a video on your channel in a while, sir.
I just released one, 3 days ago.
Okay.
Go figure.
Hit that
notification.
notification. Hit that notification too. That's probably the problem too. No, that notification.
Yeah, it's not going to
I
take
am
any
subscribed to him
on your phone because you'll get a notification in the next 2 years. So,
yeah, you would. Yeah, you would. And like, I didn't know Johnny make videos. And then
if you hit the notification bell on Johnny's channel, it gets out a page of the calendar.
Yes, and you see lots and lots of risque photos of Alex on my thumbnails. So,
Yep.
Like, hey guys.
All right.
I
Alex,
made Johnny drink baijiu, by the way. This same stuff.
Right now.
I made Johnny. You should go and watch the video where I made Johnny drink a bottle of this, and he lost his hearing.
Yeah, I did lose my hearing temporarily. I was like, "What? What did you say?" I was like, "You got 100 subscribers."
It's like my ears are burning.
So,
yeah, still burning.
So what kind of baijiu is that you're enjoying there tonight, Alex?
This one is Agotol. It's a very classy 5.5 RMB baijiu that you can buy from a CNU. It's 56%, which is why I like it.
Oh my gosh, you definitely need a new liver.
Yeah. But I mean, any of the decent ones, like you look at something like my other two favorites are Maltai and Wuliang, and they're both 53. So like for a good baijiu, you want it above 50%. And currently at the minute as well, it is Yangmei season, so Yangmei Zhou is being made tomorrow, I think, which is basically where you get these Yangmei fruits. I think it's called waxberry. It's like a great big round red thing. And you mix it with a load of this, I think it's unrefined sugar, you would call it, called bingtang, and mix that in baijiu, get like a 3-liter bottle, bung all the sugar in, bung all the fruit in, leave it for 6 months, and shazam, you have this amazing drink, which has the fruit, which is kick-ass.
Yeah.
I'm always nervous to try one of those $5 baijus for fear I might go blind or, start to think I'm, John Candy or something. I don't know. So, hey, Lee,
it's not rubbing alcohol.
Lee says things are back to normal in Shenzhen. Nice. So, well, guys, it has been a pleasure having you. Pardon?
You haven't asked Alex if he had anything to say.
Oh, you did. We were asking about it. Alex, do you have anything else to add?
No, not really. It's been fun. Let's do this again. I'm wanting to start doing some live streams as well. I've been not that I haven't been, because I have been. I mean, some live streams that I organize. So I'm going to try and do some live streams. I thought which would be fun to live stream with members of the China YouTubing community here, but about nothing to do with China. Like your backstory, what kind of things you like outside of China, vlogging kind of things. I thought that'd be quite cool. Also, I'm looking forward to planning something with Lee, as in Lee Barrett. We're both thinking of planning a 2 to 3 week cycling trip at the end in like the autumn when it starts cooling down to do some kind of cool journey across China. So if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, what the hell, for a start, and go over, click that button, because I get like 70% or 60% of the people viewing my channel that aren't subscribed. Like, come on, guys, just like hit that
just
button. Come on.
Yeah, pull that band-aid and do it. Definitely. Well, guys, I have the links for both Johnny and Alex's channel below in the description, so check that out. Before we go, Bunny, do you have anything else to add?
Give your friends a hug during the time.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry.
So
this
I have
is
no one to hug, apparently. So okay.
you can like left hand hug with right hand.
Imaginary hug. There you go.
So
Cool, Austin's there.
Definitely. I want to highlight this comment from Bear. This is great. He says the problem is when you come to China, you need to stick by the rules, and many foreigners find that difficult to deal with. Do you agree with that?
I think
Totally. If you're going to someone else's house,
Even me,
you've got to do what they say, right? Like that's just called polite and common decency.
Yeah,
that is very true.
Just be civil and just keep your head straight, basically. Oh, That is so nice.
Thank you to all the guys that have tuned in to watch. We've had a good turnout. It's been there's been some good comments. It's nice to. It's great to see everybody from all of our team, so to speak. Because it's another opportunity to hang out, and we should definitely do it again.
Definitely
soon.
I need to work on the name though for this. I'm trying to decide if I want to go with the Snark Lounge or the Snarky Lounge. I think Austin recommended the Snark Tank, or if there's a more better name, I don't know. So I need to work on the name a little bit.
Snarky on the mic.
Ren and Snarky?
Snarky on the mic, yes.
Oh my God.
Okay.
So
now we're from nipples to chicken balls to rubbing your snarkalicious.
Yes. And of course, like anything else, guys, always carry a can of sardines. You never know when you'll need them. Guys, thanks a lot for joining us, and we will catch you in the next video.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a great time, everybody. Have a wonderful
Bye-bye.
day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.